Rice. Better, give it to me. No, you can't give it. Okay, fuck it. Don't give it to me. How you doing? Wake up. Wake up. It's me. I'm here. 5 platforms simultaneously embracing the airwaves and hoping that it embraces me back. All right. How we doing this morning? This is Doug Rice. Welcome to the Doug Rice Show. I am on YouTube. I am on Facebook. I am on Twitch. I am on Instagram. And I am on Twitter. And all of these platforms are accessible. You may communicate with me, contact me, you may speak with me, you may talk with me. We're going to have a call-in line. We're going to have all kind of good stuff. Folks will be able to call in and talk to me. Now, you do know this is my first setup, so I'm going to say I'm a little nervous, but I'm not that nervous. I have my trusted Folgers to carry me through. For those of you that have been following my path online, for those of you that are in my Instagram and other places, you'll see that I am beginning to write with a bit more expression, with a bit more panache, I suppose, trying to be, I don't know, my daughter says she likes it, so that's good. My wife says she likes it, that's better. So I am good. For those of you that don't know the Doug Rice Show, let me tell you what's up. I started the Doug Rice Show January 6, 2021. I watched live on the television beside me as Caucasity gripped this country by the jugular and squeezed as it smeared shit on the Capitol walls. I became enraged. I became infuriated. I became enlightened. And I became infused with an energy that now promotes me to doing this on the daily, if I can, trying to express, well, the need for Negroes in this country, for black people, as you call them, for folks that recognize Negroes as being descendants of the transatlantic slave trade. My hope, my beg is that they get that goddamned grin off their faces. You see, folks, on the day that January 6th ensued, I came to a conclusion, and that conclusion was thus: this will not pass. This is the beginning of the end of this country, coming to a close, lasting only for as long as it took to fulfill the prophecy. Complete now, over. We who have been trapped here by the circumstances of that prophetic will, God Almighty saying we be in chains 400 years due to our unfaithfulness, that has come to an end. And so the usefulness of the United States, the United Snakes hissing so loud, the other countries are now listening, paying attention, and they don't like what they're hearing, but that we'll get to that. Welcome. That's how I started this. Now, before that, I was doing a podcast under the pseudonym Amos A. Nunn, the Black Fact Checker, the Incognegro. And I did that for 3 years, and nobody noticed. So that's fine. I got on TikTok the January 6th date, and for 6 to 8 hours, I railed against the system that I saw rising up, making itself heard. I gathered about 70,000 followers on TikTok, and then I got banned because I didn't at that point know the value of having so many followers. But now things are coming full circle. I'm discovering some new things. I'm going to have some guests on eventually. Detrina should join me, hopefully, if not here, monitoring and making sure the chat is good. I'm not looking at chat, folks. I thank you for being here. I do. But this is the first soiree on 5 networks at the same time. I just want to let people know who I am, what I do. Follow me on Twitter, Rug Dicer. Feel free to follow me on LinkedIn. I'm making quite a stir in LinkedIn. LinkedIn fast becoming a haven for white grievance, and I have determined that that cannot stand. So I'm in there as agitationally in their face as possible throughout the day, just spitting fire, because they got to fucking hear it. They got to hear it, folks. So that's what I do. That's who I am. Thank you so much. Welcome. Please, those of you who are so inclined, feel free to give to the platforms we have set for support of this. And guess what? I think I have that right. Boom, there. Please give to the links in the descriptions below. Support this effort, and I do thank you. Now, let me tell you, folks. Here's how this goes. What I do is this. I have some topics that I talk about. Okay, I write them down. Okay, I talk about these topics. I kind of narrate through the topics, give you some explanation, some reference, challenge you to check my math. You, as who have followed me over the course of time, understand that I adhere to that of being a Hebrew, lost tribe of Judah, and I address all that I say to those who associate themselves with that struggle, being a displaced, lost tribe of Judah, and those that are now occupying the land given to us are not, in fact, us. They are imposters. That is now being such a well-established fact with books like The 13th Tribe, things of that nature. I'll give you another, as this is sometimes an opportunity to introduce myself to new folks who might be looking. I woke up in about 2016 reading a book, From Hebrew to Negro. Before that, I wore this hat as a former Marine, only 2 years in the 80s. And, that stuck with me until I read that book and then others like it. I got down with Dante Fortson, Minister Fortson, and then, of course, T.I. Ministries. And from there, I have determined that we are here trapped in circumstances against our will, treated as Negroes every single day, except for those who wish to act like Black people. And they are free to do so. They're treated well. But there is too much that they must sell of themselves to be accepted by the cacophony of caucasity that surrounds. There's too much anti-negrosity for my taste, for brothers and sisters that want to sell out to find a place next to those breathing rarefied air, who will understand, being there comes at a cost. And for all intents and purposes, folks like that have lost any association with the struggle that is negrosity. We go through this country offending those that seem just completely offendable. Raw nerves, they walk about these men all around us, mad at Negroes for just being us. I don't understand it, but again, I'm Doug Rice. I thank you for looking. I thank you for watching. I hope this is entertainment for you. Also, remember, this is not a program. This is a show. I'm showing you guys. You've been programmed. I've been programmed for the better part of our lives to defer and deflect to that which has stood over us all, keeping us down just under and out of the reach of true freedom, which comes unimpeded by those feeling the heat of our presence at their backs. This is what it's like to be Black here in this country. And so what I do, folks, is I go over these topics that we've picked together, myself, Detrina, my moderator, and then I go over news with Hebrews. I peruse the news because what I'm trying to do is give you every reason that you need as you walk through and glide through trying to cut a path to your own survival, to keep the grin off your face. We'll address that as well. There's a mantra I have. I know you've heard it before. Get that goddamned grin off your faces. It does not belong. If you are Negro in America, and you associate yourself with that transatlantic slave trade, there is absolutely no reason that you have a shit-eating, fomenting, false grin on your face as you thread the needle through this society that hates you with malevolent hatred, expressed so much so through their activities in driving miles to end lives that don't associate themselves with their own. You listen. When I read these news clips, you understand we are at war from man to man. These are the situations we find ourselves in as Negroes trapped here within this penal colony we've built. Now, all right, so here's what we do. 7 topics. That's what I usually do. 7. Okay? After that 7, we go over the news. I get the grin off your face. You go on about your damn day. And as you enter the fray of where you must go to make your pay, you make sure to say to yourself, hey, listen, I am a Negro in America. There is not a goddamn thing funny. And you watch without a smile how you are considered, how you are measured. As you walk Negro here in this place without the predication of the comfort you wear on your face. Every day, they expect a smile from you. And let me tell you something, if you don't provide one, I know what they'll do. They'll ask you, what's wrong? You feeling okay? And then you look at them with almost nothing to say, and they continue to press and press on. They will do. They'll ask you, why no smile from you? If you wear it just right, if you can get that damn grin off your face and you put a stern look of seriousness and determination going through this place, well, they're going to give you some space. They're going to break wide. As that wide smile's not in its place, they're going to treat you respectfully. They won't play you close, I'm telling you. Try it, man. All right, first topic. We have an anchor topic. The anchor topic was the first topic. It's going to be one that blows your mind. I need everybody to go get your coffee. Go get your coffee. Go get your water. Sit back, fall back, relax. It's 8:13 in the morning on the 22nd of September 2022. I don't know where I'm at or what day it is. I do appreciate all of your support. I thank you for looking. I hope that you share this broadcast. I hope that you comment. I hope that you like it. Eventually, I will get to your comments, but please follow along with me as we follow this path of reasoning. The first, most important topic today, the first topic, the kingdom is coming. The kingdom is coming. I want to make sure everybody can hear me fantastic. The kingdom is coming. The kingdom is coming. Now, listen, I say that a lot, right? I say the kingdom is coming a lot. I do. Well, yesterday, my wife and I looked at a video, and we did some reasoning, some logic and reasoning, and I need everyone to sit back and relax and understand that what I'm about to say is going to more likely blow your collective minds. Hebrews, listen carefully. Not only is the kingdom coming, they see it coming. They've seen it coming for quite a while. And I'm not talking about the red planet. I'm not talking about the winged planet. I'm not talking about Nibiru. I'm not talking about that. They have seen in the stratosphere of space going millions upon millions of light years, god-awful time and distance away. They've seen something that disturbs them greatly. And I'm going to pass it on to you, and then I'm going to connect some dots. This is the most important, I would say, discovery that you can put together for yourself. I'm not going to try to convince you. I want you to do some thinking, some critical thinking. Here we go. All right, so over the past few days, past few weeks, I see I'm keeping up with NASA. I'm keeping up with whatever they're looking at out there, wherever we're at, flat, round. I don't care. That's irrelevant. The fact is, there's distance between us and wherever there is. And they can peer deep into the nothingness and see. Let me tell you something that they've observed through the decades they've been looking. Listen carefully. Did you know they have the Hubble Space Telescope looking deep at stars so deep in a void, millions of light years traveling at the speed of light away from us? And they noticed that the light from stars would be snuffed out almost within minutes, and back to back and back to back. And this was about 96. They're looking at this. Now the kingdom is coming. Hold on. So they got the Hubble spacecraft, and they're noticing the consistency of the light that is either being extinguished or blocked, not visible to the Hubble spacecraft any longer, and within minutes going out back after back after back. And so now they've put the JWST space telescope up there, much more defined and high detailed, billions of dollars worth of gold and all that good stuff up there. Well, now they've looked and they see something now that somehow terrifies them, but should give every Hebrew in the hearing of my voice the hope they've been looking for. Listen carefully. What they've discovered in peering into the void is that it's not necessarily an extinguishment happening to the stars, but there is something absorbing their energy while simultaneously being constructed in our direction. The light blocked off by this massive construction being built in the void, and they've already determined within the structure, the makeup of whatever they're looking at, they see all that's required to sustain our lives, oxygen, nitrogen, and thus, but also mixtures of other elements they're not familiar with that make no logical scientific sense, but they do call it, identify it, and make an absolute definitive affirmation that it is a structure feeding off the stars around it, being built at light speed. Now, this isn't some conspiracy theory, folks. I'm not making some dumbass shit up. They're actually printing this shit. They're talking about it. They're talking about that the JWS has discovered a massive structure. And they're giving the details. Some of it's being leaked out, but the connective tissue to the kingdom coming is this. First, we're instructed to look to the stars, look to the void, not just here on earth. So many of us look here, see what's going on here, only here, and occasionally glance up at the stars to do your perfunctory thanking to God of your existence, but never really focus on what's happening as they do here. There are 26 major space agencies around the globe, all connected, interconnected in their efforts to watch the sky, something commanded to us by God Almighty. What do they see coming? They see a structure being built at light speed coming in our direction, feeding off the energy blocking the suns around that structure as it moves toward us. Now listen carefully. That structure is becoming so massive that it is affecting the gravity around it, and it is pulling space toward it. The effect that we see is in our sun turning white. Large blotches of it missing from time to time, sending solar flares hurtling at this earth, threatening electromagnetic pulses over and over and over. The entire creation shudders in anticipation of what is approaching this sector of space. And 7 earthquakes or so over 5.0 over the last few days lays the foundation and says, the kingdom is coming. They see it. I go and prepare a place for you, and if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself. Listen to that. That doesn't say that he's going to prepare a place for you, coming to get you and bring you back to where that place is. The kingdom of heaven approaches. The kingdom of heaven is coming. You pray for God's kingdom to what? To come. Everyone is praying for God's kingdom to come. You're praying for God's kingdom to come. You go to church on Sunday. You want God's kingdom to come. You all hope God's kingdom come. Well, guess what, folks? It's coming and they know it. And guess what? They're trying to escape. I need you to understand that this structure, having been built, being built as we speak at light speed, moving in our direction, has been doing so for so many years. And what have they been doing in response to what they've been seeing? They've been collecting information from unknown sources, giving them the technology to do amazing things just over the last 50 years, jumping from 1 to 1,000 in exponential speed. The technology assisting them to do what? Escape what? What are they running from? They're going inward. They're trying to find portals. They're building rocket ships. Do they see what's coming? Listen, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, rich enough to build those ships that can go. I'm wondering what they see when they're out there looking and peering. Do they have that inside information that tells them, hey, there's something on the way? The kingdom is coming. What better and more efficient way to have the kingdom arrive than it actually arrive in all its presence, its seen glory? What else will they believe unless the kingdom of God is presence in their presence? Now you think about it. Years ago, when the Creator interacted with human beings, he wasn't too extreme about it. It was a man here, an angel there. Anything else wasn't met with too much resistance. But now, well, they've been given some technology by the fallen and the kin of those that are unseen in the void. And that's an attempted expression of fighting that which they know is coming. We all understand Armageddon is the fight against God. They're being armed technologically for that fight right now. And how the Creator will manifest the kingdom of heaven in the presence of this place has to be beyond what anyone may be able to envision. But he did tell us to keep watch of the heavens. And though we don't know specifically what is seen there, we can verify that it is coming this way. And no one says anything. But these wealthy people, they're trying to run away. Kingdom of heaven. Kingdom of heaven is on the way. The kingdom of heaven is coming, and you can see it. All right, that's the first one. Don't get all nervous. Don't drop your fucking phones. I'm Doug Rice. Welcome to the Doug Rice Show. Thank you so much for tuning in, for showing up. I do appreciate it. Do me a favor, folks. The call-in line, you see that one? That's going to be right there. Write that down. I am going to have a call-in line. Folks are going to be able to call, talk. We're going to discuss some of the things that we have seen. I'm going to go as long as my voice can keep going. I hope the first and the opening. Hey, listen, check my math about this. They see a massive structure being built at light speed coming this way. It's not like this ain't make-believe. That's happening. You believe these inner Earth going into, you believe Antarctica because they're hiding something under Antarctica. You believe that. You believe Donald Trump has a throng of followers that'll put one finger up in homage to him like a Nazi salute. You'll believe that. You see that. But we go to church every Sunday, most of us still practicing the plantation homage, reciting the Lord's Prayer. First thing out of our mouth is, let your kingdom come. Well, guess what? It's coming. It's coming. It's on the way. They see it. Okay. All right. So, second topic. First, it's 8:26 in the morning, 22nd of September, 2022. Welcome to the Doug Rice Show. Thank you so much for all of you that are tuning in. I know there are so few of you that get to catch me live, but at least now I'm on every platform. Maybe you can hear me. Maybe you can't. I don't know. Let's hope you can. I don't know. Who knows? We'll do this the best way we can until we get it right. Second topic. We've never been included. You understand that? Now I'm going to talk about the United Snakes of America. I'm going to talk about this place. I'm going to talk about our presence here. It's important, as I implore Negroes to walk about without a grin on their face to understand why. It's real simple. We've never been included in this fiasco. Some of you get in your feelings about what you see going on. I have had people text me and chat me and call me and talk about the anxiety that they're going through and watching what these beings are doing all around us to cause all the problems that they can cause all the time. And let me just put your Negro minds at ease, those of you recognizing that your place is not in this place. Listen, we've never been included. What are you worried about? What do you care? You know, they're talking about World War III. You know, Trump's up there just doing the thing that he does called Cassidy reigning supreme, trying to terrify the masses' asses into putting him back in power. And Negroes, some of us are walking around like your head's been cut off like a chicken. I just don't understand it. There's no earthly reason for any of us to be vetted in any real respect in this place, as they have not consulted Negro One regarding the course that it should take. I don't see them reaching down to me, making my phone ring, asking my opinion about all things that they seem to want to do. We've never been included, so why be anxious? Why be upset? Their course is set. Their course is met. They've yet to at least face their future. And they're doing it with fear and terror. And now they want to fight. They want to do a civil war 2.0. They want to nuke one another. And all Negroes need to do is fall the fuck back, please. Don't invest your emotional self in this nonsense. You weren't consulted. Am I not telling the truth? I see so many of us ready to put on the lapel of red, white, and blue, ready to go through the machinations of trying to be included in all they exclude you from. Are you out of your minds? What do they got to do to convince you this ain't for you? And think of the cast-off system that you can unweigh yourself from, all their worries and concerns about what's going to happen to their future, a future they made certain we were not included in any sense of the word. So why are you or we or us in any sense vetted in their mess? Leave it to them to work it out. All we're doing is just sitting here waiting to leave. Never been included. Hope you got that one. I hope you understand. Don't be excited. Don't get excited. Biden, fucking Trump, both flip sides, same coin, racist, misogynistic, befuddled morons, kin to the one that's going blind. I understand Putin is losing his sight, which is maybe the reason he wants to nuke everybody. I mean, what is it? So I need you to focus on this too. As they age and they get older, all of the attitudes and expressions that they held within to get along with people as they were younger, that falls away as they get older. Suddenly the true white maleness comes breaking out, destructive, wanting to murder everything, fearful of everything. It's never been included in this mess. All right, folks, sorry. I drift. You know what's happening. All right, so, and what do we do? What is the course of action? What should we do as Negroes in this country? And I say Negroes, not black people. No, I'm done with the color-coded spectrum of caucasity put upon us to keep above us. No. I'm talking to Negroes. I'm talking about the descendants of David. I'm talking about Hebrews, lost tribe, Judah. That's who I speak to. And those who are grafted in, those who associate themselves with our association. That's who I talk to. The strategy at this point is an antisocial strategy. It's the only way to go. Listen, folks, you want to be friends? Be friends with one another. You want to get along? Let's start in-house, exclusively, for as long as it takes for us to simply get it. The antisocial strategy. Have you ever considered just keeping to your damn self? Have you ever challenged yourself to not be in the presence of those who, in most respects, do not wish to be in yours? What's wrong with us that we want so much to be in the presence of those that hate us so much more? And they mask this hidden, malevolent hatred. The only strategy, the only defense is maintaining distance, maintaining a distance far enough that the affects of their presence don't take effect on you. I mean, to say that just as plainly, I'll say this. Look at who they hold as examples they expect us to imitate. If you don't think antisocial might be the way to go, may not be the way, well, think again. I'm looking at who they are offering. I'm looking at them prop them up and then break them down. Tiffany Haddish recently propped up, put herself in a position, blackmailed into brokenness, now broke, nothing, propped up to be put down. The antisocial strategy will work. Eventually, you will understand the war declared on each and every one of us, unspoken though on, in full effect in the minds of those surrounding you, that give the indication that all is well until some trigger comes within their presence to expose their true sentiment. And at that point, you have some sort of issue you have to deal with that emanates from the minds of an individual you thought otherwise normal. The antisocial strategy: maintain distance, keep the smile, don't be inviting, don't be welcoming. Don't invite that which has no place within your countenance. We are separate and apart. Are they not treating us that way? Then why not act the part? Antisocial strategy. And it's not being put off, it's just not being available. I can only imagine the tens of thousands of our Negro women who've gone missing over the years. And the last thing they offered their victims was a goddamn smile. Yeah, antisocial strategy works. We can do this shit. All right, next. Oh, well, I'm comfortable. I'm liking it. I'm hoping you are as well. I see folks are here Katrina should be moderating. I don't know. Asked her to join in. She has the authority to moderate and kick butts. I don't know if she's going to do it. Next, history. History. We are watching history repeat itself. We are in the midst of history repeats again. Folks, let me tell you something. I'm watching them on mainstream media and other places where they're doing a comparative, linear parallel to Nazi Germany and this place, Donald Trump and Hitler, the sentiment that they are building against specifically Negroes. That's where they will land. It doesn't help that Letitia James is trying to snuff out the very savior, the Messiah that they want to put so high on a pedestal. We watch as history repeats again. Let me explain. The Nazis, well, they invaded a hall. They also did a riot that ended not well at all. But, you know, in like case, January 6th, they also went in. History repeats itself again and again. Listen, folks, these folks are following the playbook of losers. And now, I know you read, they've got a one-finger salute now, akin to the Nazi salute, put down so brutally in the 40s. They want to raise again, missing a few digits, all in homage to a leader now they call Messiah. History repeats itself. They've got a book that Trump is now put as the Son of Man. I kid you not. The book is available. And folks are reading this book. And now he's got a religiosity to his rallies, the clan of which get together to elevate him to some Christ-like position. The danger in this is that the pivot, the balance that we're all watching could twist and turn at any time and fall on the wrong side of history. And history repeats again. They're looking for the scapegoats they need to complete this picture. They found them in the Jews in the 40s. What better scapegoats than they need than us going after them in such high order, trying to shut down the organizations of their organized madness? Can you not see as one by one we go after them, calling them into justice? We have Bernie Thompson, we have Letitia James, we got brothers and sisters all over with the authority to go after the authorities that claim authority over us. What will they do? The knee-jerk reaction, protecting that which they hold so dear. History repeats again. They're already starting on book burnings, critical race theory. What's their real target? I wonder. Who are they after? When will they come get us all and corral us all and do the things that they do? I wonder. History repeats itself. The Nazification of the United Snakes. It's a thing to behold. All right, next, 8:39 in the morning. The next topic, just to ask a question. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Will you be a witness? Will you be a witness to what is coming? You know, what I mean by that, folks, is, you know, witnesses survive. So in asking, will you be a witness, essentially I'm asking, will you still be alive after it all? Are you planning for survival? Will you be a witness? Are you willing to witness the horrors that are coming laid at the feet of those that deserve it so? Can you watch dispassionately as justice is meted out, a reckoning certain to come to those around you? Are you able to withstand that sight? Will you be a witness? Are you up for that task? You know, you got to think about what's about to happen here. This isn't going to be for the faint of heart. And Negroes, if you maintain separate and apart from all that you see around you, take no ownership of what they are doing, you were never included. They're being brought to ruin. So will you be a witness to all that you'll see? That's a good question. I'll ask it of me. All right, I'll stop. Listen, show no teeth. Get that goddamn grin off your face. Let me clarify because it's important. When I say to get that goddamn grin off your face, I am implying to show no teeth. Back in the olden days when we were on the plantation, they required that we did, if I understand it, show teeth to express the comfort level they were comfortable with within us, so as not to rile within them the notion that we were uncomfortable and do something to them. I don't know. But when I say not to grin, I mean specifically show no teeth. If you must muster a smirk now and again, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. They'll feel that just as well. But just show no teeth. Just show no teeth. No self-deprecation, no appeasement to caucasity, no making nobody feel good. Those days are fucking over. You find yourself smiling. You feel the wind hitting your ivories. Do me a favor. Consider that one of them drove 200 miles to end the lives of 10 Negroes for nothing more than they were those. And get that damn grin off your face and go on about your business. All right. Lastly, you know we're chosen, right? I hate to just break it to you, Negroes, Hebrews, one and all, trapped in the confines of the penal colony built for us, by us. This was all a plot and plan. Do you know that? We are chosen because we were chosen. That's the point I'm making. Chosen specifically as individuals to go into slavery for a specific point and purpose, prophetically notioned and found out, deciphered by those who said, let's get together and do this thing. The reason I say that, I had a guy, Bill Maher, talk about slavery as if it were choosing, a condiment, whether it be ketchup or mustard. It was that common a thing in his mind. And I had to point out to men like this that though slavery was a thing of the past, vast in its expression, enslaving white, black, yellow. Oh, yes, I know this, but no other group of individuals singled out so surely and so certainly as Negroes were. To be treated in the manner treated as such, no other slave demographic had to suffer as much. No, absolutely not. I look at supposed individuals as slaves and all of the things that they were able to maintain within this slave status, coming out of it not only alive, but with their country intact. Don't act like slave is just a common fact. We are chosen because we were chosen by you specifically to be kept here to complete the prophecy that would enrich this country and fulfill what it needed to fulfill over the 200 some odd years. It's still here, but now about to disappear, I see. So much for slavery. We are chosen. They don't show you that we're chosen by their actions. I don't know. Well, we are, damn it. Don't you? I mean, what? What? The Irish tell me that they were slaves, yet they can go to Ireland. I don't get it. Every last one of these people that Bill said were enslaved, every last one of them has a place that they can return to from slavery. Except Negroes. Okay, that's it. Good. Well, that was good. I like that. Guess what we're going to do now? We are going to peruse the news, you and I Hebrews, and guess what? I've got it locked and loaded. Why? Bam! You get to see it, baby. What? Oh, yeah. You know what I do. What I do is this. I look up the information, and then I read it to you. Well, this time you get to see it your damn self. Here we go. First, what do we got? First, it's 8:45 in the morning. This is the Doug Rice Show. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, do all the things you like to do. But let's get the reason to get that grin off your faces and start with this right here. White woman who called 911 on black bird watcher in Central Park loses her lawsuit against her former employer, who, in fact, fired her. See, that's what happens when you profile, and a little small amount of justice did nothing for the brother that she called the police on. I'm sure he'll get his. But isn't it interesting? She did what she did. It was publicized, and then she got fired. And now she sued to get her job back, and the law said, nope. That was pretty good. I like that. All right. What do we got next, folks? Boom. Right here, black students say that the school is trying to steal their podcast. Get that out the way. This is interesting. Summer 2020, George Floyd murdered. Protesters demanded social justice. The students at the school, they did a pretty good podcast, and now the school's trying to shut them down because they're just a little too woke for their satisfaction. I just thought that was interesting. I just find little tidbits and see what we got. What we got here? Oh, goodness. Atlanta newspaper highlights Stacey Abrams' troubling struggles with black voters in Georgia race. Well, that's interesting. I thought that this would be a layup for her. I'm trying to figure out why we keep voting, why Negroes keep voting for individuals that will do nothing for us once they ascend. Once you're in the chair, you have no obligation to honor the promises made. Joe Biden said that he was going to legalize marijuana throughout the nation, and guess what? He has changed his mind. They lie. This is what they do. Now, Stacey, I like Stacey. Don't get it wrong. She's a powerful woman. I like that she is empowering Negroes, and one day we'll meet because they're all going to corral us in. But, I'm sorry to hear she's having problems, though. That's bad. I wish she were doing better. Leave it to Fox to point that out. I don't know. Insider doesn't want me to be on their shit. 4 times I found myself at the intersection of black and Latino. Let me tell you something. I didn't even read this one. Let me tell you why. I'm the father of a daughter who is half Mexican and half black. So she is Hebrew. But the Latino notion, the Hispanic notion, it's a fog, a mist. I can't associate it with anything of substance and realness in that, where you're getting your feelings, how you're able to make a language or an accent, a culture. You'll have to explain that to me. There are either European individuals who speak Spanish derivative of Latin, or there are Negroes trapped within that area with hair of wool and skin of burnt bronze, who also speak a dialect. But to water down, in my opinion, Negroes through the use of an accent or an expression of culture, it's just not something I don't find it's up there equal to the task of being called what they're describing, which is a race or class of people. That just makes no sense to me. So I've said it. I'll say it again. I've said it before. We're done. Moving on. There we go, folks. That's right. Get in your feelings in the Doug Rice Show. Tiffany lost everything. Whoa, baby. She lost everything. She'll get it back. She'll get it back. Look, she's in the glide path. She's in the groove. She's breathing the rarefied air. So if she's given everything up, she did so with the understanding that she will be in a position to get it all back. So I just will I will not. I'm not gonna pine over Tiffany too badly. And what else do we got here? What's this? What are you doing in a white place? A bar faces black. Oh my goodness, folks! This one I think we're gonna have to delve into. Skip that one. Too damn bad. Wow. You walk into a bar and they tell you what you're doing. They ask you what you're doing in a white bar. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have read that one. I got mad. I won't lose my voice anyway. The Little Mermaid, another thing I could give negative fucks about. Tell me this obsession with the Little Mermaid. I'm going to come off here. Tell me how this is a thing. I need to know how this became a thing. I am curious. The Little Mermaid. I don't care about what color the Little Mermaid is. There are far more pressing circumstances and issues, not only in our community, but in other communities. And we are somehow latched on this one area of entertainment, a cartoon put into live action that features a Negro that now has caucasity up in arms. And you wonder why. I tell you, there's no reason to grin in this place. There's no reason to laugh and smile. There is no fucking joke going on here, people. They're mad about this. They're mad about this. What do they want to do about the other things that irritate them? I wonder. I don't know. Let's continue. Okay, so I'm going to get off of that. Moving on here. See? Don't care. Oh, North Dakota man kills Republican extremist teenager after political argument. I found that interesting. I told you they're going to this Civil War 2.0. These are the justifying actions of individuals who claim not to back down. You know, stand your ground, and that's what's going to spark it off. That is tragic. And the teenager more likely just crazed right wing. Don't even want to go there. All right. There we have it. Putin is suffering from a rapidly progressing cancer, and he's on the verge of losing his sight. And so if he loses, we all must lose. You know, if he can't have it, the world has to be set on fire. It's no wonder he and Trump are good friends. Trump is now using his rapidly degenerating condition as he moves toward World War III. He's using it as well. I mean, they're just two peas in a pod. Where did these beings come from? All right, folks. Yes, I am liking this. All right, what else? Oh, here's Trump, the flip side of Putin's coin. You like this? Like this. Former official says Trump ordered staffers to find murderers, rapists, and criminals at the border and dump them into democratic cities. These are the folks they want in charge. I need you to understand what you think he will do when it comes to Negroes that don't kiss his ass. I need you to understand those that identify Donald Trump as the racist, putrid, misogynistic piece of work that he is. Any Negro that has a negative opinion about this man will have a racist tirade put upon him by not just Trump, but his followers. And that's going to build into a ball of fire set on this country soon after Trump does whatever he intends to do. I'm telling you, folks, we're at a precipice right now, a crossroad, if you will. These folks they're on the verge of going right or left, and no one knows which way they will go. But I can tell you this, they're so close to going right, should give us a fright. I'm telling you that. Anyway, all right, moving on. I mean, that's what he wanted to do. Let's just continue. All right. Oh, and candidate here argued against women voting and working. Y'all are bad. Y'all just want to regress back to the 50s when brothers and sisters had to cross the street, call you sir, and look down when we talked at you, huh? You fucking forget that shit. All right, continuing. Okay, what do we got? Oh, more than 60% of Republicans want the United States of America declared a Christian nation. Now, for those of you that are not Christian, for those of you that are something else, you're just going to have to get with the fucking program and deal with it. I mean, that's what Doug Mastriano is saying in Philly. I need you to understand there's millions of folks in Philly. There's tens of thousands of Muslims in Philadelphia. Doug Mastriano says that Islam is not in line with the American values. And so, I mean, their next step is that you have to go. You understand what's happening, right? Okay. Anyway, all right, well, that's all I got. I'm not going to do any more because, well, I'm just getting tired. But this one, he's done. He's done. I don't think Donald Trump's done. I don't think he's done. All right, there we go. I am good. Thank you so much. You folks have been wonderful for tuning in. I hope I have not bored you. I did have the idea of a call-in. I don't know who might be interested in speaking to me. Let me take a look at the chat. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Oh, okay. Great. Well, fantastic. Thank you so much. I just wanted, my sound died. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. I hope everything's good. All right, folks, I have got to go. I do appreciate your time. I appreciate your attention. I will do calls the next live. I don't want to do calls now. I want to save that. I'm going to do calls off some other topics, but I do appreciate you looking. I do appreciate you subscribing, and I appreciate your support. I'll be doing this, I hope, every day or every other day as it hits me. Please share this. Tell your friends. Thank you so much. I gotta go. I'm just gonna click off here, and okay. So where's the end here? Wait a minute. Well, all right. Hey, wait, hold on. This new system's got my system out of sorts, and I have to confess I'm a little overwhelmed by where I'm going, beamed everywhere. But still, today, an important day, the 22nd, September 2022, I believe, I hope a Thursday, as well as I can best remember, is tomorrow is Friday. You look forward to that every day. I know you do. So do I. I work from home, and I still look forward to Friday. So you have one more day that you have to brave the elements and face all that resists your presence. Isn't that something? And what do you do? What do you do? How do you arm yourself against those against you? How do you defend yourself against that which seems almost indefensible? What can you do? Well, let me tell you something, folks. I have one piece of advice that I think might assist in getting you through the coming few days of the end of the week. Here it is. If you want to make it, if you want to survive, listen to me. Don't act like you're happy to be here. Act like you were brought here in chains. Act like they treat you like you were brought here in chains. Don't accept the polite, perfunctory smile and decide to return it in kind. Instead, put your defenses on high and keep, if you will, a serious countenance on your Negro face. do yourselves a favor. Get that goddamned grin off your face. Now,